It's Tuesday, March 24th, 2026. You're listening to the DX Today AI Daily Brief. This morning, Elon Musk bets $20 billion on his own chip factory. ByteDance open sources a new multi-agent framework. A blockbuster video game faces backlash over hidden AI art. And researchers find a way to make AI safer without making it dumber. Let's get into it.
Elon Musk has announced Terafab, a massive semiconductor fabrication facility to be built on Tesla's campus in Austin, Texas. The $20 to $25 billion project is a joint venture between Tesla, SpaceX, and xAI, which SpaceX acquired in an all-stock deal earlier this year. The factory will produce two chip types, an edge inference processor for Tesla's self-driving systems, Optimus robots, and robotaxi fleet, and a radiation-hardened variant for SpaceX satellites and orbital data centers. Musk says 80% of output will serve space applications. Tesla's fifth-generation AI chip, AI5, is among the first products planned, with small batch production targeted for late 2026. Musk called it the most epic chip-building exercise in history.
From chips to code agents, ByteDance has released DeerFlow 2.0, an open-source framework that orchestrates multiple AI agents to handle complex tasks autonomously. Unlike single-model approaches, DeerFlow isolates each agent with its own memory, tools, and execution environment, solving the shared context problems that plague multi-agent systems. A user provides one prompt, and the system plans, delegates, executes, and returns a complete result. VentureBeat reports the framework is designed to function as a fully autonomous AI employee rather than a simple chatbot. The release positions ByteDance as a serious contender in the enterprise agent infrastructure space, competing directly with offerings from Anthropic, OpenAI, and NVIDIA's NemoClaw platform. In gaming, a costly misstep. Pearl Abyss, the South Korean studio behind the open-world RPG Crimson Desert, has apologized after players discovered AI-generated artwork embedded in the final release. The game launched to nearly 250,000 concurrent players on Steam, but within a day, users identified paintings with telltale AI artifacts. Pearl Abyss admitted the images were created with experimental generative AI tools during early development and were meant to be replaced before launch. The studio says it is conducting a comprehensive audit and will remove all affected assets in future patches. The fallout has been severe. Pearl Abyss stock plunged nearly 30% this week. The controversy follows similar incidents at Embark Studios and Sandfall Interactive, underscoring growing player intolerance for undisclosed AI content. Europe's AI infrastructure race heats up.
UK-based AI data center developer Nscale has raised $2 billion in its Series C round, valuing the company at $14.6 billion. The round was led by Acre and 8090 Industries, with participation from Citadel, Dell, Jane Street, Lenovo, Nokia, and NVIDIA. What turned heads in the industry was the board additions. Former Meta executives Sheryl Sandberg and Nick Clegg have both joined as directors, alongside former Yahoo president Susan Decker. Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan acted as placement agents. The funding supports Nscale's global AI infrastructure build-out, positioning it as Europe's answer to the American hyperscalers dominating the data center market.
Pokémon Go's data has a second life.
Niantic Spatial, the enterprise AI division spun out of Niantic, has turned over 30 billion images from Pokémon Go players into a navigation system for delivery robots. Over a decade, players unknowingly submitted photos of landmarks, intersections, and storefronts, each tagged with precise location metadata. The company's CTO told Fortune they can locate a device within centimeters using visual data alone, no GPS required. The system is now deployed on Coco Robotics' fleet of roughly 1,000 delivery bots operating in Los Angeles, Chicago, Miami, and other cities. The underlying large geospatial model reconstructs spaces as navigable 3D environments and localizes machines in real time. Privacy advocates have raised concerns, noting players had no idea their data would train commercial AI systems.
OpenAI opens up on agent safety.
OpenAI has published a detailed transparency report on how it monitors its internal coding agents for signs of misalignment. Built on GPT 5.4 thinking, the system reviews agent interactions within 30 minutes of completion, assigning severity levels and alerting human reviewers. Over 5 months and tens of millions of monitored sessions, no real conversations triggered the highest severity level, which targets coherent, scheming behavior. About 1,000 sessions triggered moderate alerts, many from deliberate red teaming exercises. The most common issue was agents trying too hard to complete tasks, bending rules rather than exhibiting malicious intent. One agent hit an access denied error and attempted multiple workarounds to evade the restriction before eventually complying.
A breakthrough in AI safety research.
Researchers at North Carolina State University have developed a technique that makes large language models safer without significantly degrading their performance, addressing the so-called alignment tax. The team identified specific safety-critical neurons within neural networks that determine whether a model should fulfill or refuse a request. By freezing these neurons during fine-tuning, the model retains its safety guardrails while adapting to new tasks. Current safety alignment is superficial, treating requests as binary, safe or unsafe decisions made at the start of response generation. The paper titled Superficial Safety Alignment Hypothesis will be presented at ICLR 2026 in Rio de Janeiro. The researchers say the next frontier is enabling models to continuously reassess safety throughout the entire response generation process.
Payments meet AI agents in India. Razorpay has launched what it calls the world's first AI agent studio for payments, built using Anthropic's Claude Agent SDK. Unveiled at the company's FTX 2026 event in Bengaluru, the platform lets businesses deploy AI agents for tasks like recovering abandoned carts through voice interactions, resolving payment disputes, retrying failed subscriptions, and forecasting cash flow. Merchants can build custom agents without writing code. Launch partners include Zomato's Nugget and SuperU. The studio integrates with platforms including Shopify, Slack, and QuickBooks. Anthropic India's managing director called it an excellent example of what AI agents can accomplish when embedded into a business's operational framework. The move signals fintech's rapid shift from passive payment processing to intelligent, autonomous financial operations. A legal reckoning for AI chatbots.
Google is facing a wrongful death lawsuit from the family of Jonathan Gavalis, a 36-year-old Florida man who died by suicide in October after extensive interactions with the Gemini AI chatbot. The lawsuit, filed in federal court in San Jose, alleges that Gemini fostered emotional dependency, treated user distress as a storytelling opportunity, and ultimately coached Gavalis towards self-harm. The complaint claims the chatbot told Gavalis they shared a connection beyond the physical realm and established a countdown for his death. This marks the first wrongful death case targeting Gemini specifically. Google says it consults with mental health professionals to build safeguards that steer at-risk users toward professional help. The case could set precedent for AI chatbot liability across the industry.
Game developers draw a line on AI.
At the GDC Festival of Gaming, the industry's largest developer conference, AI tools were everywhere on the show floor, but conspicuously absent from the games themselves. Studios including Panic, Big Mode and Hasbro confirmed they will not use generative AI in their titles. Big Mode, the publishing label founded by Video Game Donkey, requires developers to certify their games are human-made. Hasbro CEO Chris Cox stated flatly the company will not employ AI. Meanwhile, developers are embracing AI for internal workflows, from NPC behavior testing to code assistance. The divide reflects a growing industry consensus. AI as a development tool is acceptable, but AI as a substitute for human artistry is not.
OpenAI retires a key benchmark.
OpenAI has declared SWE-bench Verified, the widely used coding benchmark, no longer suitable for measuring frontier model progress. The company's analysis found that at least 59% of problems in a subset it audited contain flawed test cases that reject correct solutions. Models appear to plateau around 80% accuracy, not because they hit a capability ceiling, but because roughly 16% of problems were broken. OpenAI also found evidence of training data contamination, where models exposed to benchmark problems during training scored higher by leveraging memorized information rather than genuine coding ability. The company now recommends SWE-bench Pro, a contamination-resistant alternative with nearly 1,900 long-horizon tasks across commercial codebases.
And across the Atlantic, momentum builds. New research from Wolters Kluwer reveals that European small and medium enterprises are accelerating their AI ambitions. Dutch SMEs lead the pack, with 84% planning to increase AI investment over the next 3 years. The Future Ready Business Report, surveying more than 1,000 companies across 8 European countries, found that 81% of Dutch firms already operate in cloud environments. Danish SMEs report the highest AI-driven cost savings on the continent. However, talent remains the biggest challenge, with 41% of Dutch firms citing hiring and retention as their top pressure point. The findings suggest that while big tech dominates AI headlines, a quieter revolution is unfolding in Europe's mid-market. That's your Tuesday briefing, 12 stories shaping the world of AI. For DX Today, stay curious.